book a whole list of philosophically suggestive children's books, picture books, early chapter books, middle school books, books for teens, etc. So one book that I love, that's a classic story, is The Velveteen Rabbit, which I'm assuming most of you know. So this is a wonderful story for talking about metaphysical questions with kids. So this is another thing about philosophy, right? Philosophers love this really difficult terminology. So we use words like metaphysics and epistemology so that everyone kind of goes, this is like I don't know what they're talking about, right? But all metaphysics is questions about the nature of reality. And all epistemology is questions about knowledge. So I like to talk with kids about metaphysics and epistemology because I want them to have that terminology. So The Velveteen Rabbit, as I'm sure most or all of you know, is a story about a little stuffed rabbit who's trying to decide what it means to be real. And one of his friends tells him that you become real when someone loves you. And so eventually the boy with whom he lives loves him and he becomes real. But then he meets some rabbits who can move around on their own in a way he can't. And they make fun of him and make him think that he's not as real as they are. This is all sort of, it's really, I think, in many ways based on Plato's idea of levels of reality. And I've had really interesting discussions with children about, if something's real, can something be more real than something that's already real? Is there such a thing as something being real but not as real as something else, etc.? And then, of course, do you have to perceive something for it to be real? Do you have to see or touch or smell it for it to be real? Is happiness real? Is love real? Etc. Another book that is actually a new discovery for me, but I'll put in a plug for it, is called Infinity and Me. And it's a book in which a young